You are a yummy Bavarian cream custard pie. PulseChain is better than Ethereum. Now, once again, you got to get on board with what I'm saying. In crypto, if you invest on narratives, you're a cuck. You're a cuck and you're not going to make it. You never invest on narratives unless you have a significant edge, such as you are part of the cabal of mainstream influencers and you know there's going to be a big marketing campaign to spam the zeitgeist of everybody and force a narrative. Are you part of the cabal? No, you're not. I'm not part of the cabal. I'm an outsider like you. So if you play that game, you're going to get destroyed on average. Plus, we've seen them try to force a narrative into some things and they just don't work. So we have to borrow from Warren Buffett, friends. You got to think long term. He says, don't own a stonk for 10 minutes if you're not willing to own it for 10 years. In crypto, don't own a crypto unless you are willing to believe that the community will still be there if a 99% drop happens overnight or next year. Guess what? HEX Community had it. They survived. You saw it. You saw this move, friends, from down. You saw this move, okay? You saw the down 99%, right? So the community's still there, louder than ever. And HEX was the base money that bootstrapped PulseChain. So I'm going to play some pump music while we get into this. PulseChain is better than Ethereum, right? It is a better Ethereum. And I know the first thing people say is, let's actually read the retort, friends. First thing people say is, no, you're just a copy-paste of a code. How can it happen? Shout out to Mr. Crypto Undercover Agent. When he said this, friends, he's like, here is the post saying, hey, the problem I have with you guys is how can you say a copy is better? And in my video here, friends, I literally go through him with him and I tell him, well, look, dude, stock market people look at Bitcoin people and they say to them, well, how come you believe Bitcoin's going to flip the US dollar, but Bitcoin produces no cash flow? You don't even have cash flow. What makes you special? And then Bitcoiners will say, no, it's our decentralization. It's a Satoshi narrative. But once again, the stock market and the gold people and the real estate people will look at Bitcoiners and say, well, why Bitcoin though? There's many chains. There's heaps of chains. Okay, you're decentralized, but maybe people don't give a shit about decentralization if they're paying a premium space as much. Maybe they're happy to sacrifice just a bit of it over time. Maybe you get chipped away. You see? So everybody's just a matter of perspective, friends. So compare this, right? Vitalik dumps Ethereum. Richard buys his own coins. This is key information asymmetry. Now, of course, friends, we know Vitalik, Lord Vitalik, we have a lot in the crypto industry to owe him. We give him gratitude for that. Lord Vitalik, please pump the bag, sir. But it's important to know that even though Vitalik's dumping is a small ratio, it psychologically, it changes you a bit. It does, It's kind of like you're watching two competing football teams and your captain of one team, he's like hanging around the other team's locker and he's eating lunch with them and he's congratulating them on their goals. Like he's hanging around them a lot, he's fun with them. You see, you're like, I don't ever want to see that. I want you to kill them. I want you to think like that you have to literally kill them. Richard buys his own coins, friends, is not even just guessing. It is 100% fact. So he raised ETH from the HEX ICO, rotated it, sold the top, rotated it in. Okay, so he dumped ETH for it. ETH got the growth. Here's 170,000 ETH in the treasury now. Look into richardhart.com. If it goes to a $7,000 ETH, you're looking at 1.2 billion. You can take the view that he will never rotate that. You can take the view that he's going to walk away and he'll just delete it. He'll delete everything. He'll delete the internet. Okay, sweet. You can have that view. I'm going to take the other side of that though. I think he's going to rotate in. I think he's going to do what he already did in the beginning of 2024. He started rotating money in. Now, how much did he rotate in? He rotated about $6 million in, just a tester, and then he threw $14 million into PulseX. Nothing. He was just testing it, right? But we needed higher Ethereum prices for the glory and the friendship. So that's why it's a game of speculation. It is. What's better, what's worse, doesn't matter. You're here for the growth rate, right? Look at this. Vitalik is triple-vaxxed and a mask wearer, okay? And Richard Hart believes in freedom of movement. So you have the posts here, right? Oh, wow. September 9, 2022. Vitalik, I am triple-vaxxed. Last dose 1.5 months before getting zombie virus. And now, friends, I'm actually going to find an old tweet of mine. Your friend saw me. It came up on Google. Look at this. Your friend saw me. He said, Richard Hart, who is suing the government for violating their freedom of movement, association, assembly? How are the cases going? Anyone remember being denied entry to beaches, restaurants, movie theaters, bars, nightclubs, supermarkets? Weren't their rights violated? Which countries? Do you remember that, friends? You do remember that. And what I've actually done is I've actually gone through it even more in detail, friends. Look at this. PulseChain's rule DeFi, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, pro-crypto. They want Richard to remind them, I am fighting for your rights. This is what the people want. Actually start the whole post as well, friends, but it's funny. People want to buy PulseChain 20x higher. You see that? They want to buy it 20x higher. They want that. This is a guy, freedom of movement. He's taken those core principles. You can't deny it. So you're seeing like this contrast here. I'm just showing you, look, whether, of course, there are a lot of people out there. They're probably triple-vaxxed. They probably like masks and stuff. Okay, we get it. But there are a lot of people who don't. There are a lot of people who don't. This is Pikachu sleeping on a cloud, restfully and peacefully. This is another thing. Vitalik eats bugs. So it's actually true, friends. He does eat the crickets for protein. Yeah, man, that's... Damn. And obviously, Richard eats a lot of meat. Okay? You also have this. This is different. Ethereum's culture invites cuckold culture by allowing themselves to be poked by layer 2 parasites. Richard Hart only directs attention to PulseChain. So look at this contrast. The Ethereum culture, it's true, man. They invite a lot of the cuckoldry. Hey, layer 2s, be our friends. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Vitalik has to come back. Have you noticed, friends, as soon as all the panic mode starts happening, ETH BTC gone to dog shit, Vitalik has to come out. He's like, where's the de facto leader? Where is he? You need someone to come out like that. Otherwise, everything just goes to the shit house. You need the leader to reaffirm everybody. We're on the right path. This is the chosen path. This is how we formulate. You need a leader at the top. They motivate, they inspire, they tell everybody what to do. They say, don't worry, I got the bigger picture worked out. You got to keep believing in your heart. Keep the fire going. We've worked this out. Without that, everything crumbles. Bitcoin is leaderless, though. Everybody's their own leader. Because Satoshi made everybody do a community takeover. But Bitcoin worked. Not everything else is going to work like that. And by the way, you get higher return on Bitcoin because you're not a community takeover, right? We're leaderless. If you have a leader, you have more centralized party risk. However, you can overtake things better in the right circumstances, like a bull market. Remember, friends, Richard Hart only directs attention to PulseChain. You didn't see him talking about other chains, bro. You got to remember, man, that's Richard Hart. Everything he does is just directing, funneling straight to his own thing. Everything. Price talk. Trump talk, everything in. It's like his whole being is around there. I'm not saying it's going to definitely work out. You don't know. I like those odds. It's like you're watching teams train before a football match. One team, they're training hard, they're doing well. But the other team, they made their phone batteries go to 0. They took out their SIM cards. And they can't talk to family for 7 days. And they live in a boot camp house. And 16 hours a day, they either have to just train or watch videos of the other team, not allowed to leave. Not allowed to speak to girlfriends, nothing. Think about that difference, you see? One's like just taking it to a whole new level. Like their whole fiber and being is to win. You don't know who's going to win, but it paints a different picture here. This is important. Bankless. So shout out to Bankless. But look, man, you guys, Bankless invited Solana and Bitcoin guys more than 8 times onto the show, and they just talk shit about Ethereum. So yeah, that sucked. I didn't like seeing that, by the way, on behalf of them. They have like, you know, pro VC guys as well. People come talk about Solana. He's a Solana founder. Like there's a lot of things, friends. It's just like it hurts, man. It hurts. Like, but here's the thing, man. Bankless. I know what Davey Soy Hoffman and Ryan Soy Adams would say. They'll be like, hey, man, we're not the de facto Ethereum talking voice. We're just here to just share the news. I know, bro, but it's been bestowed upon you. I get it, okay? You've been chosen as Team Ethereum headquarters. What I've noticed with Bankless, friends, is when they are attacked, they don't staunch up, pound their chest, and go, suck it! Who's got the bigger market cap? They don't say that. They don't talk like that. They don't say, get out of here, scammers. You are trying to suck off my teat, and I'm all out of teats, baby. They should be saying stuff like that. They don't. Because that's what everyone's doing. Bankers could just go to everyone like, you wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for us. They don't have that, though. Instead, they say, hey there, buddy. Hey, come to the show. How are you? How are you doing, buddy? Come on over. Golly gee, look at you over there. That's what they're talking about, friends, over there. They're so pleasant and inviting. Now, it's good to be like that. I'm just telling you, it's warfare here. That's the game. Now, by the way, if they did this, it still doesn't change the overall fundamentals, but I'm just showing you, that's just to paint the whole picture. You come with the package. Now, here's the thing, man. Compare that to, friends, what do you think the conversation would be like if someone came on to Matty Allen's show and said, hey, Matty, Richard's a fat Ponzi scammer and XRP ledger is the future. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think would happen, friends? Do you think he's going to be like, wow, that's a great opinion? He'd be like, that is unequivocally bullshit. We're all going to say that. Be like, bro, you're smoking crack. If we're a scam, my gosh, you're the Oxford Dictionary of a scam. We're all having fun here, friends, but you get it. You just see what I mean? Ethereum doesn't have that, by the way. I wonder if I could have been that guy. But here's the thing. Let me buy into your ICO. Now, here's the funny part. The beautiful part is Ethereum did let us. I just wasn't around in crypto and you weren't either. It's part of the journey. This is exactly the example I use here. Matty Allen keeps PulseChain and HEX conferences all about the community and doesn't give second chances to rival poopy heads. Friends, you know, sometimes Ethereum Maxis, man, because they don't have a camera and stuff. They're not coming out here. Bitcoin Maxis guys, they come out, they speak a lot of the camera stuff. But Bitcoin Maxis, they do a lot of essay typing. So when Bankless bring on the Solana people to just say like, and friends, I'm telling you now, they shit all over. Like they disrespect Vitalik's name. They'll say, oh yeah, you guys are wrong. You guys are totally wrong. You guys are wasting your time. You're basically stupid. Yeah, we didn't agree with you at all. They say stuff like that. And they basically shit on they shit on everything. All Ethereum, anti-ETH, you're too expensive, Ivory Tower, blah, 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 blah. And there's no, who are you scammer? You wouldn't exist because of, they don't have any of that, right? They've even haven't coming out here. Like, it's really, whenever it happens, immediately within the next 24 to 48 hours, there's a .eth guy on Twitter who's got a big essay. He's got like 1,000 likes. Because he's like, how dare Bankless not refute these guys who said this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, you're the one yelling in the essay. They should be the ones knocking them out with the gloves, metaphorically speaking. It doesn't help, friends, when the culture of ETH as well is very middle in the fence. Because, like, if you're going to be a money, you got to go all out as a cult. Okay? So you can't be in between. That was Ethereum's trying to do the ultrasound money thing. Now they might have to change it. They're like narrativeless. They're like, okay, what do we do? Are we digital oil? Or are we narrative? And are we whatever? Like, they're trying to onboard more people. That's what it is, okay? That's why, friends, when you are a better Bitcoin and your market cap is low and you have plenty of price growth and you have 200,000 rabid cult members who've survived everything, man, the world's your oyster. We're at the foot of the mountain, friends, and we can climb the whole way. We're not going to fall off. You see? And we're enjoying it. Did you know Vitalik wrote an article in defense of Bitcoin maximalism? And, you know, when I posted this, by the way, someone didn't believe me. They go, no, he didn't. No, he didn't, huh? No, he didn't, huh? In defense of Bitcoin maximalism. I know, friend. I know. I don't know why I can just grab all this info for you. Highest value content in crypto, not even close. But I do. He actually wrote an article in defense of Bitcoin maximalism. Why did he do that? It's because he was declaring victory. Look at the ETH BTC ratio. He wrote it around here, April 2022. See that? ETH BTC was like 0.07, 0.08. Look, it finally, after all those years, it came back. And they really thought, hey man, we're the ultrasound money. Look what ended up happening next. So that was the top. See that? And by the way, of course, Vitalik's the 4,000 IQ alien. He'll never say, he'll never actually say that. He'll never go, which actually translates to, no, I was not a top single, but you are, bro. Like, he wrote in this article, friends, he gave talking points to the other team about why we need Bitcoin maximalism. Okay? Like, he actually does. There's so many things. Focusing exclusively on being money makes better for better money. So, it's like, it's just, bro, you just gone, hey, here's a hand grenade. So pull the pin and just throw it back at me, right? That's what happens. You see, that's a culture, bro. It's a culture, bro. It comes down from the CEO. Friends, can you imagine, by the way? Just imagine, what would you think if Richard Fort, as they call him, wrote a freaking article essay on why PulseChain is shit? Imagine he wrote an essay on why Arbitrum is the way, the truth, the light. Imagine he wrote an essay on why Bitcoin is actually better than HEX. I don't care if it is. I don't want you to write that, dude. Imagine a football team. Imagine Lionel Messi speaking for 5 hours about how good the other team is. No. I don't want to invest with someone like that. You don't either. You don't either. You see, you can't think like that, friends. Like, you know when you lose in life, you don't just lose in the event. You lose with your mindset. That's ultimately. And when you win, winning doesn't start when you actually win, right? They say, you know, winning starts at the gym. Winning starts when you're training. Winning starts when you wake up. It starts in your heart. Winning, you got to believe you can win first. You got to see the green candles. Friends, you have to see the green candles. Smells like victory to me, okay? That's the difference. Richard Hart was only following HEX Maxi types. He won't even tweet or say words of other rival chains, bro. He won't even utter their words because he knows, but every time he utters words to them, that's 300,000 people's ears that get to hear. He won't even say their words. This is Peppy sleeping comfy, friends. This is me and you, right? Sleeping. We are sleeping. We're sleeping comfy. You remember that episode from The Simpsons? Because Homer doesn't have to go to church on that Sunday morning. It's so comfy. Now, this is how you sleep when you know it's working in the background. Remember, we borrowed from Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, of our life, the Oracle of Omaha, the Oracle of orange juice. You got to think about this, right? So I'm trying to like use his stock market principles and stamp them into crypto and how we can benefit them. Like, don't own a coin unless you're ready to stand there if it drops 99%. Don't own that coin. Because maybe sometime, at some point this decade, maybe it will go down 99% or it will miss a whole bull market cycle and you've got to be around for another 4 years. Well, guess what? HEX went through that. Sleeping comfy, he already went through that. So while everybody is saying PulseChain and HEX is the most risky, I think opposite, dude. Trial by fire. Where's your down 99%? I want to see you go. I want to see you drop down 99% and you still have people shilling it with their tattoos. One day, the crypto industry will believe us, but by that point, you won't care. Because we might have the top signals of our lifetime. Like, subscribe, belly button, all friends. Don't forget, PulseChain is a better Ethereum. Catch you in the next one.